Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Erongo Talk. My name is Leandria Lowe. It's a brand new week filled with brand new opportunities, and today we join you from the Namib Flora Botanical Gardens here in Swakopmund. Now, as usual, we bring you the latest news as well as the sport news, weather and tides, and then for our interview, we speak to Hildegard Meyer, who is the facility manager of Spescare Swakopmund. Now, she talks about the acute hospital as well as the events the facility has hosted thus far. So, please stay tuned. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. And now it is time for your news. Now, Engla Strydom, 48 years old, was allegedly murdered by her husband on Thursday evening in their home in Vaughan, Webster Street, Meersig in Hoffish Bay. Now, acquaintances, friends and family members expressed their disbelief and shock about the manner in which Strydom died. An incident report provided by the police states that it is suspected that the deceased was shot in the head from behind with a 9mm firearm. The weapon was found hidden under a pillow, while 4 spent cartridges were found on the crime scene. Now, the couple was seen earlier enjoying themselves at a pub in town. The deceased left for the home first, while the husband followed a short time later. Now, according to the husband, upon arriving at their home, he found her on the balcony with a gunshot wound to her head. Strydom's husband initially reported to the police that the wife had committed suicide. However, according to Shapumba, the preliminary investigations conducted by the police revealed strong opposing evidence. Now, through investigations, the police determined that Strydom was murdered. Her husband is expected to make his first court appearance on Monday, that is today, on a charge of murder. Police officers could not locate the firearm license the husband claimed to possess for the gun found at the scene. But head on over to our website, that's www.erongo.com.na, to get more updates on this. Secondly, the Namibian police seized various types of drugs last month valued at more than 10.6 million Namibian dollars, while 124 suspects were arrested in connection with drug-related crimes. Of these suspects, 100 were Namibian, 9 Zambian, 8 Angolan, 3 Tanzanian and 2 Zimbabwean, while a Congolese and a Ghanaian national were also arrested. Now, since February to October, 955 suspects have been arrested in connection with drug-related crimes. Now, according to statistics from the Namibian police, during this period, drugs to the value of more than 32.97 million Namibian dollars have been confiscated in Namibia, while 887 Namibians were arrested. Now, for something on a lighter note and in Afrikaans, 11 seuns van Narrowville het Sondag of Saterdag die Narrowville Community Against Crime misdaadsbekampingsgroep gehelp om 'n voortvlugtende dronkbestuurder vas te trek. Nou, een van die stigters van die groep, Ryan Gordon, het met die jong seuns op Facebook geklets oor hulle heldhaftige optrede. Die groep laerskoolseuns het met trots vertel hoe hulle gesien het 'n man val deur die dak van 'n huis in Palmstraat in Narrowville. Nou, volgens inligting is die man agtervolg na hy glo dronk agter die stuurwiel was en vanaf 'n ongelukstoneel wou vlug. Terwyl hy op die vlug geslaan het, het hy glo op die dak van 'n huis geklim en in die proses deur 'n asbesplaat asbesplaat geval. Aanvanklik het die seuns gedink hy wou die huis inbreek. Nou volgens die seuns het hulle die man toe in 'n boom gewaar en gedink dit is een van hulle wat wegkruip. Alfredo het hom eers gesien. Toe ons hom sien, het hy 'n mes gehad, maar ons het hom met die water nat gespuit, het die seuns vertel. Maar gaan loer gerus op ons Facebookblad, dis Erongo, waar ons 'n video het van wat die jong manne of die jong seuns vertel van hulle se heldendaad wat hulle gedoen het daar in Narwal op Saterdag. But like I said, head on over to our website, that's www.erongo.com.na, that's www.erongo.com.na to read all about the latest news of what's happening here in our region.
Hi viewers, today we are joined by Hildegard Meyer, who is the Facility Manager of Spescare Swakopmund. Hi Hildegard, how are you?
I'm fine, Micheline, thank you.
It is indeed a pleasure to be sitting here with you and speaking about Spescare. Now when it comes to Spescare, what is Spescare all about?
Micheline, Spescare is a sub-acute hospital that render a specialist service to patients post-OR needs rehabilitation after a knee replacement or a hip replacement or a stroke. So together with our multidisciplinary team, we make sure that they are ready to go home after the rehabilitation.
Okay, and since when has Spescare been in existence?
Spescare opened its doors on the 1st of July 2017. So we are now in full operation for 4 years.
Okay, and when we have to look back at 2017 from where it started, what do you see, what can you say you have improved on?
Yes, this is a great story. I wish I could write a book. We've had so many success stories, especially the rehabilitation of patients suffering from a stroke, to help them to walk again, to eat again, and to help themselves. So this was really a great journey. And yes, we also had many people that had experienced the last phase of life with us. That's also a privilege. And then we also accommodate few patients suffering with dementia, Alzheimer's disease.
Speaking of dementia and Alzheimer's disease, you recently had a talk with our people and you invited Prof. Niaus. How would you say was that presentation?
Oh, that was absolutely a great success. I still get positive feedback from the guests that attended, and I think it had a great impact on them to understand how the brain works and this disease that is quite frightening for everyone, to make it a bit easier for them, because if you understand what you're dealing with, makes it a lot easier.
All right, and do you usually have similar programs here as well? Do you usually have talks, or what other programs do you offer here at Spescare?
Well, we accommodate recently also, we had an eye clinic and a clinic for testing of hearing, because it all has an impact, as we listened to Prof. Niaus, on the whole body needs to look after. So we offer that, and also we had functions for our doctors. In September, we had Dr. Johan Kok, and then we invited all our doctors of Swakopmund, talking about cardiac diseases. So,
and how was that?
Oh, that was also A great, great lecture, and people still talk about it.
Okay. And what would you say is the highlight for Spescare? Like what, when you think of Spescare Swakopmund for 2021, what is the first highlight that comes to your mind?
I must say the first highlight, it was also a difficult year for us due to COVID. We had many COVID patients here. We had in a rush to change our ward to a COVID ward. And it was stressful, but we dealt with it, and we are very happy to say that the outcome was good. That was not a highlight, but it was a great learning curve
Yes,
for
definitely.
the staff and for the public. And yes, I think that was a good experience for us.
And I must say, it is confident or safe to say that you dealt with it as immediately as possible.
Yes.
All right.
yes.
And when we come to the good side, what would you highlight on your achievements for
Well,
this year?
I would really say the highlight was the two lectures we had from Dr. Johan Kok and from Professor Nehaus. That was definitely, we do training for our staff on a daily basis, but that was two good lectures. If it was not for COVID, normally we will do more events like that, but we were a bit handicapped by
Yes,
COVID
definitely.
lockdowns. So, but these were the two highlights for us this year.
Okay. And what type of, you mentioned that you give training to your staff. What type of training is that?
Well, we give in-service training on patient care. We deal with on a daily basis to make sure that they experience the correct way of taking care of patients.
Okay. And anything else you'd like to add about Spescare? Is it only located here? Where else is Spescare?
Space Care is one of 8 hospitals. Our head office is in Cape Town, South Africa, and we are the only Space Care in Namibia,
Okay.
Swakopmund, and we are very happy to say that we've made great progress. We are well known by now. And I want to emphasize that Space Care is not only for Swakopmund, also not only for the retirement village. We are here for the whole of Namibia. Any person can be a patient in Space Care.
Well, viewers, there you've heard it from Hildegard. It's not just limited to Swakopmund residents. Any last message from you?
The last message is that we don't want our people to be sick, but if they need good nursing care, our doors are open for them.
Thank you so much, Hildegard, for joining us on this lovely day. Please do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Micheline.
And now it's time for your sports news. Now, Wanderers defeated the MR24-7 Welwitschia cricket team with 4 runs in a nail-biting T20 Premier League final in Windhoek. Now, Wanderers won the toss, elected to bat first, and scored 124 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in the allotted 20 overs. Now, JC Balt was the top run scorer for Wanderers with 37, including 3 fours and 2 sixes from 39 balls. Colin Shunby also added 22 runs, including 2 fours from 23 balls. Jaco Leroux for 19 runs from 4 overs, and Fungai Hulupo for 19 runs from 4 overs, and each took 2 wickets for MR24-7 Welwitschia. Now, the coastal side were restricted by disciplined and consistent bowling, dished up by the Wanderers bowlers, and managed to score 122 runs for the loss of 8 wickets in 20 overs. Now, Marco Malan was the best batsman for MR24-7 Welwitschia with 27 runs, including 2 sixes from 23 balls. Now, Dewat Nyal was the top wicket taker for Wanderers. He took 4 wickets for 36 runs from 4 overs. Head on over to our website, that's www.erongo.com.na, to read about what happened in the semi-finals of the T20 League. Now, the finals of the FNB Schools Mountain Bike League took place at the IJ G trials at the end of October. The event was the 5th race of the season, which started in March but saw the last races postponed due to COVID. In total, 135 enthusiastic riders took to the starting line, representing 13 different high schools and 22 primary schools. Over the course of the league, riders from Gobabas, Spescare Swakopmund and Windhoek have taken part, with the earlier races in the season seeing close to 200 participants per race. Now, last weekend, the under 12 boys saw a sprint finish for second place, with Julius Braun taking the overall win, closely followed by Henry Chamberlain and Mike Bartman in third. Another hotly contested category was the under 8 boys, where Joshua Brandt and Ivor Chase traded places throughout, with Joshua taking the win, followed by Ivor and Tristan van der Heevel in the third. The final saw Philip van Coller take the win for the boys and Joadri de Beer the win for the girls. But head on over to our website, that's www.erongo.com.na, to read more about the results of the FNB Schools Mountain Bike League.
I think the primary message that I try to convey with the talk is, first of all, that dementia is a more complex disease than people think, and that dementia is basically a term that can be used as an umbrella term and includes different types of dementias, such as Alzheimer's or vascular dementia. It's also important to realize that memory is fluid, and that you get normal memory, normal forgetfulness of age associated with higher age, and then you get mild cognitive impairment, where there are some impairment of the memory, but you're still able to function with some adaptations in your life. And then finally, the diagnosis of dementia, where there's impairment in your day-to-day activities, and this is mostly your instrumental activities of daily living. That includes money management, driving, medication use, the more complex activities that we're involved in on a daily basis. The early diagnosis of dementia is extremely important, and the earlier you can diagnose cognitive impairment or issues with your memory, the sooner one can institute a management program. And a management program is a complex program that involves both medication that you can use to try and slow the progression of the memory defect. And there you've got donepezil and memantine as an examples of medication, and galantamine that you can use. But secondly, also changes in lifestyle and your planning for your future. Because with dementia, there's a few things that you need to take in consideration. As the memory worsens, it will also have impact on other aspects of your life, including your executive functioning or your ability to make the informed and well-considered decisions. So you have to look at things like your will, you have to look at driving, you have to look at future care that you may need, and the earlier you become aware of the fact that there may be a memory issue or dementia present, the earlier you can institute these lifestyle changes and make sure that your planning for the future is in place. And then the final message is to realize that dementia and the symptoms associated with dementia, such as depression, anxiety, changes in your behavior, psychosis, or apathy. And apathy refers to the fact that you don't have the drive to do the same things that you did previously. Not only have an impact on your life and your quality of life, but also on your carers. And your carers, those are usually family members. And it's important to care for the carer and also focus on the carer's needs and make sure that they are well set up, well prepared and supported during this process. And I think that summarizes the message that I try to convey on the day.
And now we bring you your weather forecast for today. For Walfish Bay, sunrise was at 13 minutes past 6, sunset will be at 19 minutes past 7, maximum temperature for today is 21 degrees Celsius, for tomorrow a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 21 degrees Celsius. A south-southwesterly wind of 24 kilometers per hour will be prevailing. For Swakopmund, sunrise was at 13 minutes past 6, sunset will be at 18 minutes past 7, maximum temperature for today is expected at 19 degrees Celsius, for tomorrow a minimum of 14 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius is expected. A south-southwesterly wind of 22 kilometers per hour will prevail. For Henties Bay, sunrise was at 15 minutes past 6, sunset will be at 18 minutes past 7, maximum temperature for today 18 degrees Celsius, for tomorrow a minimum of 14 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius is expected. A southerly wind of 19 kilometers per hour will prevail. Traveling inland to Aranda's, sunrise was at 12 minutes past 6, sunset will be at 16 minutes past 7, a warm temperature of 27 degrees Celsius is expected for today, for tomorrow a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius. A south-southwesterly wind of 13 kilometers per hour will prevail. For Usakos, sunrise was at 10 minutes past 6, sunset will be at 13 minutes past 7, maximum temperature for today is a hot 33 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 14 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 38 degrees Celsius expected for tomorrow. A southerly wind of 11 kilometers per hour will prevail. For Karibab, sunrise was at 9 minutes past 6, sunset will be at 12 minutes past 7, maximum temperature for today 32 degrees Celsius, for tomorrow a minimum of 14 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 37 degrees Celsius is expected. The prevailing wind is a south-southwesterly of 13 kilometers per hour. And finally for Omaruru, sunrise was at 10 minutes past 6, sunset will be at 11 minutes past 7, maximum temperature for today 34 degrees Celsius, for tomorrow a minimum of 14 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 38 degrees Celsius. Prevailing wind is a south-southwesterly wind of 11 kilometers per hour. And that concludes your weather forecast for today. Unfortunately, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Erongo Talk, but you can head on over to our website. That's www.erongo.com.na. That's www.erongo.com.na. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram, or you can get in contact with us at 0811 7040. That is 0811 7040 on both WhatsApp and on Telegram. That is also your go-to number if you want to advertise with us. Now, just to let you know, since the festive season is here, December is almost here, we will be publishing our holiday supplement just at the beginning of December. So please get in contact with us at 0811 7040. That's 0811 7040. If you want to let the people know what's your services or what you're going to do over the December holidays. But like I said, head on over to our website, check us out on our socials, get in contact with us. So until tomorrow, enjoy your day. Bye-bye.